Ahoy, hoy, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the O Show. I'm O, and I'm here for your amusement. Okay, so for today's episode, we are going to talk about a movie that came out back in 1993. And I remember watching this movie a lot because this was around the time when my family got cable for the first time. And I was just like, oh my God, this is what I've been missing on my life. And there was this movie, I'm pretty sure it was HBO. Like, this movie kept coming on, and then I watched it. I was like, oh, okay, that was a good movie. And then it was probably one of the first movies on cable that I realized I kept watching over and over again. Like every time it came on, I just stopped what I was doing and watched it. I don't know why, because it wasn't like the best movie. Now that I think about it, I don't know. Maybe it was just me, I don't know. Again, I was on cable overload because I watched cable at other people's houses, and now I can do it in my own house. And I do remember this is one of those movies where I was like, oh, that's on again? Okay, well, I'm going to watch it because what else am I doing? So, but watching it as an adult now, oh my God, we got to talk about it because there are a lot of choices and things happening in this movie that some of it I did question back then, but now, today, I'm like, this is a mess. Like, what is happening in this movie? Okay, so today we're going to talk about 1993's Judgment Night. Now, the cast of this movie is crazy, right? So, first of all, we have Emilio Estevez. I don't know why Emilio has stepped back from acting. I think he's doing a lot of producing and directing or something, but I think we need this man back in front of the camera because I miss him, right? Now, Emilio plays a character named Frank Wyatt, and the movie opens up. It's obviously in the suburbs because this is too nice to be a Chicago street. So, we open up and he is outside on the porch with his wife, and they just had a baby, right? So, with parents, I guess there's that time because I'm not a parent, but I know there's a time where you're stuck in the house, you can't really do this, you can't really do that when you guys have a newborn. But I guess Frank was like, I'm gonna get the hell out of this house and hang with my boys, right? So they plan on going to like a boxing match or a fighting match. Pretty sure it's boxing, and they're gonna be doing it in Chicago. But the wife is giving him shit. She's like, oh, why you gotta go out with your friends? You're the only person that has a kid. Like, she's giving him shit about his kidless friends. And now watching it as an adult, I'm like, well, what the hell does that have to do with anything? So, yeah. I get it now, Frank. I get it. That's why your ass needs to get out of the house. So they were introduced to Cuba Gooding Jr., who is Frank's best friend. He plays a guy named Mike Peterson. And then we see Jeremy Piven, who's playing a character named Ray Cochran, right? So Ray rents this big, huge ass RV. And he got like this good deal from it. He's like, well, if we're gonna go to this fight, uh, we're gonna ride in style, right? So he gets this ridiculous thing. It's so big as hell now. And then we're introduced to the final character, who's played by Stephen Dorff, and he's playing John, who is the younger brother of Frank. Okay. Now, I guess like Cuba's character gets along with John. John doesn't get along with like Ray, and John used to be getting in trouble here and there. And I guess he was like this last minute addition because no one knew that John was even like showing up. So there's that thing with the storyline that's happening between the four. So anyway, they get into the RV and they're about to go to this fight. And then in the very next scene, we see that it's dark outside and they're stuck in like a gridlock situation on the expressway, which I get, okay, because that is how the expressway can get sometimes. But it's so funny how it's really bright outside. Kids are out playing on the street. When they get into this RV and they're driving, and now it's like pitch black outside. So it has to be based on what they're wearing. I'm gonna say it's probably a little fall, but the time don't change like that until you get to November. So I'm pretty sure it's not November outside. So I don't know, that's weird. Like, how long have you been on this damn expressway? So these fools decide, you know what, we're gonna take a shortcut. And they're all like, woo, yay! Again, they must not live in Chicago. They're obviously in the suburbs. So they get off at this random exit. And this movie used to piss me off and Now as an adult, it pisses me off even more because where are they? They get off at this exit. I guess they're zigzagging through some streets or whatever, but what in the apocalypse is happening? Like, there is no one around. The streets are deserted. The streets are dirty. Okay, now I get it. Like, in the 80s and the 90s, like, we just throw our trash on the ground, okay? We weren't a clean city, I guess. But not like this. There would still be people loitering somewhere. Like, there's not a business open. Just like everything is just shut down. Like it's 1, 2 in the morning. I get that, but that's not when you left. I don't know who they're fooling with this movie. All right, so a lot of things start happening once they exit the expressway. So they're going through this dead Chicago area. They're looking at this map, and then they end up hitting something, right? So they get out of the RV, they're looking around, and they realize they hit a person. So the person's badly hurt. They get him back into the RV, and it's this guy named Teddy. Now, Teddy is played by this actor named Michael De Lorenzo, who, what is he doing now? I need to look him up. But back in the day, he used to be on this show, New York Undercover. That was such a good show. So anyway, they find out upon further inspection that Teddy has been shot, right? So not only did he get hit by the RV, but he was shot prior to that, right? So they also find a bag of money on him. So they're like, God damn it, was he like a drug dealer? Like shit, right? Because someone's probably looking for him right now. So they're like, okay, well, let's go to the hospital. Let's get him some help. But one of them is like, no, we can't do that because we've all been drinking on this damn RV. So now we're drinking and driving and we hit a person. So they see a cop just out of nowhere. This cop car drives down the street, right? So they decide to follow the cop car. And they're following, and I don't understand how they're just losing this car. But while they're driving, they start going through like an intersection, and then they get T-boned by another car. So the car hits them. They spin out of control, and they end up stuck in a narrow alley. So after they get stuck, these 3 guys show up, right? And I didn't know this before because like when he went solo, that wasn't until like later. But one of the guys whose name is Rhodes, he's played by, I can't think of his real name, but it's the rapper Everlast. I was like, wait, was he an actor before he was in the music business? But I guess he just dabbled, I guess, in acting. So Everlast was in that group. Oh shit, what was it called? I'm gonna put it up because I can't think of it right now. Jump around, jump up and get down. Jump. But he was originally in that group, and then he went solo, and then he sang this song. The 3 guys pull Teddy out of the RV. They get him into the street. And so now he's pleading and pleading. I'm so sorry because, yes, he did steal money from someone big. And then we meet that person who ends up being this guy named Fallon, played by Dennis Leary, right? So he's pleading his case to Fallon, and Fallon shoots him. He's dead. And he now realizes that he has 4 witnesses who saw it, who react after that he kills Teddy. So now he's like, oh, I got 4 witnesses. I need them to be dead. So now these guys got to get the fuck out of the RV. So they managed to get out the front way because it's still stuck in this alley, right? So the only way in and out are from the front and back windows. So someone starts a fire to kind of block Fallon and his goons so they can make an escape for it. So now they're running and running and running. And they end up in like a train yard somewhere. I don't know exactly where this neighborhood is that they're in. I know where they are later, but yeah, they end up in a train yard. And it's so funny because it turns into one of those movies where like you got the people running through a city and just doesn't matter where they go, No matter how they think they got away and they zigzag and whatever, the bad guy always seems to find them. The bad guy always knows where they've gone to. We get this long ass scene where these guys are in the rail yard and they go into a box car, right? And it just so happens that this box car is full of homeless people. So, of course, homeless people are shady and they're threatening to be loud and make noise, or they're going to do this if you don't pay them and whatever, right? So now they're trying to bribe these guys to shut the fuck up. So, at one point, Akuma's character gives the guy like his jacket. What the hell? Anyway, there's wallets exchange. Like, here, just take my wallet or whatever. Just craziness. But anyway, we got this damn one homeless man who just decides he's just gonna just scream his ass off and make all this noise. So of course, Fallon and his guys find the car, and then all the homeless people just start running out. Right? They just start spreading out all over the place. So they're looking at it. They see the one running with the jacket they think is one of the four. Then they chase this guy down, get him, and then they realize they don't have the right person. Like, whatever. But somewhere down the line, Fallon gets a hold of Frank's wallet because he gives it to one of the damn homeless people. So now he has this guy's name and address and a whole bunch of pictures, right? But the movie continues on with them running through the city. But then I'm just wondering, like, wouldn't it just been easier if Fallon just went to this guy's home and just waited for him to come home? It just be like, well, you're one of the witnesses. I'm gonna kill you, bang. I mean, he was still, I guess, wouldn't know where the other guys are. So I guess that plan wouldn't work. But I don't know. It just seems like you got this guy's information. Just go to his house. Or go to his house and hold his wife hostage and then be like, get your friends over here so I can kill all of you. There you go. That's what probably should happen. With them all running around, they make their way to an apartment complex. Now, this apartment complex was filmed in Cabrini Green, right? That doesn't exist in Chicago, Illinois. They tore all that mess down and now it's yuppified. But yeah, they're in Cabrini Green. And again, what time of day is it? Like, if you look at this building, you probably see like 5-6 lights on or something. It just looks like everyone's inside, no one's outside. Again, especially if you don't know you're in Cabrini Green in the movie, but if you're from Chicago, you know. But still, this is Chicago. There'll still be people just outside doing nothing. We got people with no jobs. You got gangbangers. Like, first of all, you're already saying you're a bad part of the city. So, where are the gangbangers at? They're not asleep. This movie's funny. So they go into this one building, but they're witnessed by this one kid who's outside on the swings because they need a witness to see them. So they go into this one building and start like banging on people's doors and knocking and saying like, let us in, we gotta use your phone. Let us in, we gotta use your phone. And they're being turned away. And like Ray's character is like, what's wrong with these people? Like, dude, what do you think you are? And then you're banging on someone's door talking about let me in. Like, no one's gonna let your ass in. However, they do get one apartment to let them in. So it's these two women that are in there. One was minding her own business, taking out the trash, and then she got approached by the guys, and then she let them into her place. So they call the cops, and then they're sitting there wondering why the cops aren't showing up. Okay, so since we had the little witness outside, Fallon and them shows up, and then the kid's like, yeah, they went into that building over there. So now Fallon and his goons go in there just to knock on every damn door. They're breaking into people's homes. They're looking around. They're making their way up because these guys are like, they're really high. I don't know what floor they're on, but they're higher. So the women are like, well, y'all gotta get the fuck out. So she tells them to go to the roof. They go to the roof. They're still making all this noise. But anyway, they go to the roof and she's like, there's a way that the kids be going from one rooftop to another. And it turns out it's just a ladder. So they're crossing over. They see the ladder that's between one building and the other. And then they start making their way to the other side. The first three guys go over and they leave Ray, right? So like, okay, Ray, come on. But then, I don't know. Ray, I mean, I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but he was like, I'm not going to make it anyway. He tosses the ladder over the side of the building. It's all dramatic. And then Fallon and them show up, and Ray thinks he can just talk this man into just sparing them. He's like, "Look, I got all this money. I'm gonna give you the money if you just let us go." And he's him and his white privilege over here. And Fallon's just looking at him like, okay. So yeah, he's not falling for it. So Fallon knocks Ray over the side of the building, and Ray's dead. R.I.P. Ray. We see the guys running, and then he gets like this fence, and we finally see that there are people living in the city. Like there's a group of gangbangers out across the street, listen to music, which you should have been showing this whole time. And then on top of that, now that you found somebody, they're like, no, leave them alone. They're gangbangers. Just like talk to them. Which I get. I mean, you don't know what Fallon and his crew are. So you don't need two groups of bad people following you. So I guess I can see now why they didn't say anything. So the next move they make is to go into the sewer, right? So they see a sewer grate, they pick it up, they all go into the sewer, they close it back up, and then Fallon and his people like come and they're looking around, right? Now this used to kill me too when I first saw the movie, because I used to be like, run, you dumbasses. They make it all the way to the bottom of the sewer, and then they just stand there looking up. Now, I don't know how, if it's nighttime up there, how Fallon and them can look down the sewer grate and see these people. I don't think that would be a thing, but they do. They look down, they're like, oh, hey girls, well, I see you, or whatever. And so now they're caught again, right? So now they have to make this like escape, go down these sewer drains and pipes like slides, which don't really make sense with the way these slides are like designed and the water's coming in. Like that scene always looked weird to me. But yeah, the dummies just stood there looking up when they could have just been running somewhere. I don't understand the decisions being made. So now we got this whole showdown situation happening in the sewers. I like Cuba's face in this movie, like when he's mad, when he's scared. He's so serious looking. Frank's guys, like they're splitting up through the sewers, and one comes into this room, and the guys decide to fight, and so they end up shooting this one guy. Which, okay, now you just made a gunshot noise, so the Fallon and them can find you. But what's so funny is like they're trying to hide and stuff, and then you got Michael here just all loud, like shh, shut up. That's one thing in this movie. Like every time they're hiding someplace, people are fucking talking so loud. There's so many times I was watching this movie again, and I was like, shh, like I'm. Why are y'all so loud?
No, screw that. Hey, I said we stay down here and we finish them. You know, things are a little different now, huh? Hey! Hey, I thought you had my back!
Shh. So after being super damn loud, they end up climbing this ladder to get out of the sewer. And then that's when Fallon and them come in. And then the one guy sees that one of their guys is dead. And so now this guy's blaming Fallon, and Fallon's like, he's not having it. So Fallon shoots one of his other guys. So this actually leaves him and Rhodes, who's Everlast, left. So his other two guys are dead. Our three guys are up now on the streets again. And so, so now this place I know, this is Lake Street in Chicago. You have our subway is called the L, and it's elevated, which is why it's called the L, because it's an elevated subway system. So I kind of know where they are. They see a bus coming down the street, and now they start to run after this bus like, yay, we're saved. But the bus driver doesn't stop, which I find it to be so funny because, why did the bus stop? So what, if they were just waiting at the bus stop, the bus driver would be like, okay, here I am, and open the door. But since they're like in the street and they're going, hey, wait, stop, yay. Why did the bus stop? I guess because if the bus stopped, then we wouldn't have a movie because now they're safe. And you know, it's also funny too. All the times that they're under this train station, like we never hear a train go by. We never hear a train like pass or just in the distance. It's like the whole city is just shut down with a bus running that doesn't stop to pick up passengers. Okay. Frank and Mike are like fighting in the street again. And once again, it's like, shh, shut the fuck up. Like,
I don't get it! You use that bigger balls than anybody! Is that what you think this is about?
you know, if Fallon and them can't hear you, you're at least give yourself away from someone who could have been around the corner in an alley. I don't know, but it just seems like these people are just so fucking loud in this movie. The guys end up going into a swap meet and they break the window and they go in. And they're like, well, if we could break the window, whatever, and trigger an alarm, help will come, right? Well, 2 officers do come, or 2 guards, and they kind of like hold the guys. They're like, oh, yeah, we're safe. But, an alarm. So, Fallon and them come out the sewer, of course, finds where they are in this big ass city, and they kill the guards. After the guards are killed, we get this whole like cat and mouse thing with everybody. So, like, Mike and Rhodes are going at it. And then Rhodes ends up getting killed. Mike ends up getting shot. John gets to Mike. They go into like a bathroom or a closet or something. I don't remember. Then Frank is going to join them. But then Fallon is running around still. So now Frank and Rhodes are running around while John and Mike are hiding. So then we get a whole thing with Frank and Fallon just slowly creeping around, seeing where the other person is. Anyway, they have their little thing. But I don't know. It's just, even then, I always thought it looked kind of weird because the whole showdown that happens with Frank and Fallon, like, Frank, like, pushes or knocks Fallon over a banister and he falls and hits, like, a staircase and he's dead. Like, that, still to this day, that just doesn't seem satisfying to me. Like, I just watched this whole movie, all this shit happened, and he kills him by just falling over a banister and hitting the staircase. And then you would think when Frank goes down the stairs and has to pass the body to get downstairs, you would think there would have been a jump scare, right? Every other movie that you watch, there's always that jump scare with the killer because he's not dead. But no, Fallon's dead. Like, when you want the jump scare to happen, it doesn't happen. Maybe they did that on purpose. Maybe they thought, like, oh, the audience is going to expect him to go, ooh, and grab his leg. But he doesn't. So Frank goes to call the cops. But then the cops show up, and one guy puts, like, a gun to Frank's head. Like, who does that? Usually the cops come in and just be like, freeze. But not the city cops in this movie. They snuck up behind him and stuck a gun behind his head. Like, the fuck? So, of course, the guy doesn't believe the story that he's telling him, but his partner comes in and goes, yeah, no, he's not lying. It's a bloodbath out here. Well, damn, you were going to shoot my head off until your partner came in. So, y'all, the movie ends with the police saving the day. The police didn't even do shit. The police finds them. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, the place is just swarmed with police, right? Where the hell your ass is like a long time ago? And you would think that a movie like this, I'm surprised the police even showed up the way they keep acting like no one works in the city or does anything after a certain hour. But the ambulance comes and takes the guys away. And yeah, the movie's over. So that's the movie. What's the movie called? I was about to say Trespass. That's a whole nother movie. No, this is Judgment Night. I'm gonna talk about Trespass one day too. So yeah, that's the movie Judgment Night. It's so weird. Like, I get where they were going with everything. Now, if there was a movie to remake, they probably should remake this. They should bring back all the original people. I would believe it. Just have like old people trying to run away. It's always like the young folk. I would love to see All four guys come back in their old age and try to run away from Fallon, who's like this drug dealer who's super old. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, it was a fun movie back then. Like I said, I don't know why I used to watch it over and over again, but watching it now, I'm like, okay, well, on to the next because I don't think I need to watch it again after this. But it's nice to own. I don't have a physical copy behind me, but I was able to purchase it on Prime Video. I was able to get it on sale. So there you go. So if I had to rate Judgment Night, I enjoyed it for the nostalgia of it all. Yeah, there could have been a lot more smart decisions made and better execution of some things, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird. All right, you guys. So cheers. I'm gonna give this movie 3 shots. Okay. Let me know in the comments below if you remember this movie. Who else is in this movie? I don't remember. No, I think I said all the important people. Right. So yeah, it was still a good cast. I still do love the cast. It's just it's crazy. All right, guys. So that was today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next episode. So until then, TTFN.